Welcome back, guys. Episode number 4. We got an interview today. We got a lot of good feedback from episode 3, and today we're excited. It's our first interview. We're your hosts, Marquise,
Alexis,
Carlos.
Hey, we're excited about today. We got a lot of questions. We're not gonna hold you guys too long, but we want to introduce Rashad Provitt, our first interviewer. Great guy. I mean, I can vouch for him, man. He one of the guys I can say that raised me growing up as a ball player, and he modeled himself in the community as somebody that you can look up to. And I commend you, man. Commend you on what you do, and I'm glad to have you. Well, we glad to have you as our first interviewer.
Pillar of the community.
Of course.
Pillar.
We got a couple questions we want to ask you. Kind of answer them according to however you do it.
I'm ready, transparent.
You ready? Tell us about a situation that altered your life.
Altered. Well, going back to episode 3, I heard something that y'all talked about where painful situations and pain, hurt people. I think a lot of those situations create a lot of great things when you use it correctly. A life-altering situation for me, came from a painful place, and y'all spoke about heartbreak and a lot of things that men don't like to express and show. That's what kind of created a lot of the things that I've been able to do over the last couple of years, like a painful situation that forced me to kind of reset and regroup and rethink a lot of the things that I was doing and how I was approaching them, and it kind of forced me to focus a little bit different and kind of concentrate on how I view things. So it was a painful situation.
And that's tough, man. Personally, I know we all have them, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody has had some type of situation that has altered their life. I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? We have lost someone, or car accidents, or anything, that has having a child. As men, we have kids. That's altered our life too. So I can totally understand where you're coming from, man, and that's strong. For you to bounce back from it, to use it as
a driving
fuel.
It's constant things that happen, but I think the most painful ones kind of give you that stability, and it kind of teaches you how to handle it going forward when you see something like that. It's about to happen. It could be small, because small things, can grow to be big things if you don't handle them correctly and when you see them. So, like I said, that situation kind of helped me deal with a lot of the things, and like I said, my views on how I approach those things when they approach.
Okay, so what was it like for you growing up in Montgomery, Alabama?
Montgomery, Alabama. It was, I guess, at 34 now, just seeing the changes, it was tough. I'm not going to downplay it, try to make it seem like, I grew up in an environment where my life could have turned out a whole lot different, because I saw a lot. People look at me today and don't believe it, but I came from what they so-called say the projects. I've seen people get shot. I've seen drugs, as close as like right here on the table, which made things a whole lot. It made things real complicated, growing up in Montgomery, and seeing the growth, from I guess 14 or 8 years old to 34. It kind of gives me clarity on a lot of things. Goes back to like the morals and the values and stuff that I was taught at that age, and it's like I said, it's interesting, and being able to see people that I grew up with and how their lives turned out. A lot of friends that I grew up with, they got killed because of the decisions that they made. And like I said, people look at me today and don't think I came from that, because a lot of times I don't just go around telling people, where I came from, but people had to find out what I've been through or what type of situation I came from, because perception is, you know, just because you look a certain way, they automatically think that you came from a 2-parent home,
Yeah.
with a dog, you know, just in that situation.
Yeah, dog.
Right, they see all that, you know, the stuff that I do today, and they automatically think that, you know, that's where he came from. Like, no, that's the farthest from the truth. Like, you know, growing up in a single parent home, you know, a lot of people don't recover from that.
Yeah.
True.
Normally people just go off in presentation.
Perception is reality
Yeah,
for some
so
people.
I met you where you
At
where
this
you at
point,
now, so
right.
I came with it. You know, I don't
See,
know you from
everything
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Okay. How was the transition from athlete to entrepreneur?
Ooh, boy. It's a daily thing because as athletes we're taught, and I just think it's in the environment to have ego, especially the male ego and the male athlete I mean. Just growing up and thinking that you're gonna do that one thing for the rest of your life, like it's kind of far-fetched.
Sure.
And how you like coming up, you know, as a young hooper or a young football player, and just up through the years, you're going to come in contact with a whole lot of different people. And people used to tell me a lot of stuff, and I didn't understand it because I was just thinking what I was going to be. But the journey is a whole lot different if you treated people, you know, bad along the way. So the transition for me, like I said, it's been tough, but a lot of it is just getting out of my own way. And, you know, putting pride to the side, because when you come out of that situation and you realize that you're not going to go pro and do the thing that you spent your whole life doing, that's the biggest hurdle. Like somebody seeing you different from what you always did. And a lot of people can't get over that. Like
Yeah.
pride, like it's, you know, realizing I can't put the ball in the hoop like I used to no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to, but that's the realization.
And it goes back from you being whoever you are as that hooper or that football player to you just being the name of your person too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's tough for a lot of people.
Man, I got a friend right now, man.
They suffer from it.
Like
Yeah.
he didn't, like he came from Stillman College, man. And he went to the league and didn't stick.
Mhm.
And that was like 04. Was like 03, 04. Still to this day, he hasn't adjusted.
Right. They
He
can't let
wants
go
you
of
to
it.
struggle.
Yeah.
Like,
His ego, what he did.
He bump heads with you when you don't stroke his ego. Like me and him bump heads still to this day in our Marco Polo group. Because we played college football together. And I'm not the type to, I give you your props, but I'm not going to stroke your ego.
Right.
You're a man just like I am. You know what I mean? And he have issues with people that don't stroke his ego for what he did 17 years ago.
Because, like you were saying, for some people, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all they have. They put all their eggs in one basket. So, if this doesn't work, what do I go back to? You know what I mean? I don't think it's more so of him wanting his ego stroked. I think it's more so of the fact that that's all he feels that he has. You know, it's that what happened back then. So it's like you have to transition, let go of what was,
Yeah.
accept what is, and take a new lane. You know what I mean? Because like for you, you were able to transition and do a lot of other things, but everybody they don't have it.
It wasn't easy. Like I said, it isn't easy. Because like I said, I developed and I find out something new about myself almost every day, especially right now, like in this quarantine situation. Like I still have the focus that I would like, as far as like being able to sit down and just concentrate on something. And that's something that I've discovered about myself. Because it's stuff that probably could take a month to do, it'll take 6 for me sometimes because I procrastinate a lot. Because my mind is constantly going and I can't just sit down and just concentrate on what it is that I want to do. So being able to acknowledge that, knowing that I need to work on, that is something that I wouldn't have been able to do 5 or 6 years ago. Being able to accept that and self-analyze myself and know what my weaknesses is. So,
First step, though.
that's right.
That's that first step. As long as you walking and taking those steps,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen for you.
Man, like I said, but that's the biggest thing with the athlete. Like you can be wounded and don't want to accept the fact that you're bleeding, that you're about to bleed out. Like it's because it goes back to the pride and all that right there. Like you'd rather die out than get some help.
And see, that's what we was telling him today. We telling him, man, it's like a group of like 21 of us. And we're telling him, you're our brother. Man, y'all don't know what I'm going through. I'm going through this. Okay, we understand that your goal, you didn't achieve it. But your brothers are here for you though.
Point.
Anything that you need that's in our grasp, it's somebody in this group can help you.
Yeah.
But he's looking at people as you're against me
Mm-hmm.
because okay, I didn't make it, and y'all make jokes about it.
You know why?
No. It's motivation.
Right. You know why? It goes back to the journey and how you probably treated some of those people along the way to where
Point.
you don't want to see,
Point.
you know, those people.
Now you got to humble yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing.
All of it goes back to that.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Humility and pride and the male ego. What answer half of the question on that paper?
Yep.
What is the biggest misconception people have about you?
Ooh, it's tough now because I don't hear a lot about me anymore, and it's not because I've kind of disassociated myself. It's just that I actually have stuff to do. So a lot of people that I probably talked to, 5 years ago, I don't talk to them anymore, and a lot of people don't understand that. So a lot of times, when stuff do come to me, I understand where it's coming from. Like it's growth and people not understanding where I am. So some of the things that I have heard is that I'm arrogant or I'm cocky or whatever. And I know where it stems from because I have a lot of, I ain't gonna say a lot, but I can go into a room and take over it without trying to. Because being 6'7" and having a beard is a problem. Like for real. Because I get, prejudged a lot until they meet me. So a lot of those people that do say those things, they haven't had a conversation with me. So they just based it off how I look. I'm reserved, I don't talk a lot. So they're allowed to create what they think I would be just off how they see me. So that's probably the biggest one that I'm,
But that's people in general though. Like I get it a lot too, Sean.
Mhm.
Because people misconstrue for you being confident in who you are and your abilities
Right.
that you're arrogant.
Right.
No. I'm not arrogant. I'm just confident in
Right.
my abilities, and I'm gonna go towards more so my strong suit. I'm gonna show you more of my strong suit than I'm gonna show you more of my weaknesses.
Word.
But the thing about that is, like with me, like it's two different sides of, like two different ends of the spectrum with it because I don't have what you have yet, as far as like just the outright confidence to just tell you how I feel. Like I struggle with that. Like it's something that I've improved on because I used to care about what people thought a lot.
Yeah.
But now I'm to the point now I understand like, well, a lot of the whatever I may be feeling, I understand it has nothing to do with me. So I'm able to say, I don't have to deal with that no more. Versus you're naturally, like you have a natural gift with saying, I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and that's the end of it. Forget how you think, like what you think about whatever I said. But when I get to that point, I'm gonna lose a whole lot more people because they're not gonna understand.
That's an entrepreneur mindset.
Right, and I'm getting it. Like I said,
Yeah.
I feed myself daily to understand. Like I said, it's just once you recognize what your weakness is, you're a fool if you don't work on it.
True.
Word.
It's like playing basketball.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't have a left hand, you got to work on it to make it a strong suit.
Mhm.
And
Gotcha.
also, like with the transition from you going from an athlete who, you have to walk a straight line in a sense because so many eyes are on you. People are waiting for you to slip. They're waiting for that moment where they can say something negative to transition it over to what I march to the beat of my own drum.
Right.
You don't have to worry about it anymore. So I get where you're coming from with that.
But that, I know that's probably not a question, but it just kind of triggered something that I was just having a conversation about. Like I don't take myself that seriously. Like I never have. Like I never had that ego of I'm a basketball player. I thought whatever I got had nothing to do with basketball because I knew I was good, but it goes back to the confidence that I had. But I would I would step back before I showed what I could do
Right.
because that's who I was. I didn't have the confidence. So a lot of that kind of goes hand in hand. And, you know, like I said, I deal with it daily, because my wife thinks that, because I told her that I don't think I ever got anything or any woman because I played basketball, and she think I'm crazy. Because I think that,
yourself in that.
right, 'cause I didn't see myself in that light. I don't feel like that. And
Yeah.
that's probably why I didn't make it. Well, I know that's why I didn't make it, because I didn't care about it enough, so.
So, was there a mentor or coach, or which mentor or coach do you feel was, I guess, a contributing role into shaping your life into what it is today, or played an instrumental role?
I don't think it's just one person, because, you know, I've encountered a whole bunch of people, like from growing up. If I had to start with a person, it would be, you know, a guy named Mr. Leon Hall that, you know, ran the boys club that I went to. And it kind of, you know, branched off after that, because I had different little league coaches, you know, basketball coaches, and just people that I encounter on a daily basis that I get something from, good or bad. Like it kind of, you know, has taught me how to deal with certain things and constantly grow from whatever it is that I'm going through. So, you know, whoever I talk to, I try to get something. So I got a lot of people that I talk to now. Like I don't talk to nobody daily, but if it's a text message, just checking in on somebody, I do that from time to time. But I do a lot of, I'm gonna say, because like I said, I don't take myself too seriously. I listen to a lot of self-help books and podcasts and stuff like that. And just people, trying to see some names. I talk to Wilbert a lot.
Wilbert Hamilton,
Yeah.
great
I talk to
guy.
Wilbert a lot.
Great man, great guy.
And just new friends, like I said, you know, different races, different walks of life. Because, you know, I go places now that I usually wouldn't go. And I'm naturally an introvert. And like when I said something about getting out of your own way, I used to go places and wouldn't talk to nobody. And that's a lot where that perception came from. But now I can go in a room and I can talk to people. And it can be a 90-year-old that, you know, all jokes aside, like he may be a little demented, I'm gonna sit there and listen to him. I've had that, you know, going to the YMCA where somebody can tell me something 10 times in a row. I'm gonna sit there and listen to him.
Word.
Because I don't take stuff like that for granted. And, you know, and I think that just goes to, I guess, building my character and taking something from every situation, every person that I talk to. Like, I don't mean to bleed over into nothing, but when you going through your situation, I talked to you while you was in your situation. And it wasn't to, it's just that when I met you, you was a one-way street as far as like what you're gonna get, like what I tell you, you take it to the bank. And when you went through that, I feel obligated to reach out to you because that's just who I am. And I took something from your situation. We talked a lot about that.
Yeah.
And, you know, just how things pan out. So to answer that question, the short way is that I take different things from different people.
Man, I love it, man. I love, you know what I'm saying, your growth, bro. I can say that, you know, I really admire you. And I tell you that on the phone, man. Like, I'm trying to get my circle the way yours is. I love what you do. You know what I mean? And that's just not, you know, some men wouldn't tell you that. You know what I mean? But I don't have a problem with it because I don't feel as though you're superior and I'm inferior or it's gonna make me feel less of a man. I love what you do. You know what I mean? And I would love to be in your shoes someday. You know what I'm saying?
It goes back to not taking yourself so seriously.
Exactly.
People don't believe it, but I don't ask to hang out with people or ask to be cool with people. Like people really gravitate towards me.
Yeah.
Like when we go out of the country or out of town somewhere, people just feel like they gotta talk to me.
You got certain vibes, you know.
Right.
It's an energy.
Right, and
Yeah,
it's not
leadership
something
quality.
that I can simulate.
Word.
Leadership quality.
Word.
Too.
And I don't think I'm a great leader.
I think you are, bro.
Bro, I'm just telling you what I think.
Yeah,
to where
I got
like that goes against what people say.
Mm.
Because
Like,
you don't overdo things in yourself. You think about others
You're humble.
more than anything.
That's
So
what
you
it
don't
is.
talk yourself
Yeah.
up more. You think about more. You
That's
think
true.
about the people around you
More
more
than I
than you
think
care
about
about yourself.
Right.
Yeah,
That has been a downfall for me.
yeah.
Like, and I noticed it.
Uh-huh.
And naturally, I'm unselfish. Like one of my junior college coaches, he crazy as hell. I remember, I love him though. Because at 18, 19, what he was trying to do to me was to create a monster of a man.
Mm.
Because he told me that I was so unselfish that I was selfish. And that just didn't make no sense to me.
That's tough.
At that time.
It didn't make no sense. What the hell you talking
That's
about?
tough.
That I'm so given to whatever that it's detriment to what we're trying to do.
I tell him that.
Yeah.
Can I get the story?
Go ahead.
We was playing in the Capital City Classic,
Uh-huh.
and
I already know what you're going to say.
we were playing.
Took a back seat.
You took a back seat to the Twins, and I cursed you out.
Yeah. You
And I
did.
told you, I said, you don't get your out there and do what you can play. I don't know
Yeah.
what's wrong with you. If you don't do it, I'm taking you out, and I ain't never putting you back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said exactly that. though.
And he went out there and he bust ass.
Right.
And when I called him that time out, I said, see what I tell you?
Yeah.
Don't take the back seat to nobody.
But that's naturally who he is. So,
Yes.
you know, it takes a long time. Well, some stuff like that you can't break.
True. That time, yeah.
Like that's just who you are. So you just
Mhm.
gotta learn how to analyze it and look at it. Whatever situation it is when it's happening, whether this is a good decision for me to make.
Yeah.
Because if you just handle everything off of who you are, you're in a bad situation.
Trust
Yeah.
me. I know it all too well. I
Yeah,
know it all
because
too well,
like-
Rashad.
And just to cover on what he said, it's like you got people already the man, you know. I was once the man. Everybody, you was once the man, you was once the man in basketball. So it's like, in order for us to complete each other as a team, I felt like I'm the only person, I wouldn't say like the only person, but I feel like I can be that person to step into another role and do that good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In order for us to win. I don't care if we win by 20 or 1 point, as long as we win.
True.
So I'm comfortable with getting 15 assists instead of getting 30 points.
You comfortable with being uncomfortable?
Yeah, I'm comfortable
It's
with
something
that.
that was
Yeah,
uncomfortable to you. You made it.
yeah.
something that was
And that was a
comfortable.
big transition for me because I was shoot first, ask questions later on the court. Honestly, I grew up around it. That's the environment. That's who my dad created.
Mr. Bucket.
But now, my dad see the game that he see now. I'm mature as a basketball player, and I'm more getting everybody involved, regardless of how the flow of the game go.
Right.
And when I'm playing with Donnell, that's my ace. I know Donnell he loose.
Right.
I know that off the top. He loose. Coming into the game, he loose. It's like Melo in the first quarter. He gonna shoot you
Right.
first 15 to 12 points.
Talked to him yesterday at Zoe Party.
Yeah.
And I told him that. And your name came up.
Yeah.
And I told, like Corey Saul, he said, you the best basketball player in Montgomery right now.
Right.
Even with Donnell.
You perfected.
Everybody asked me. And I told him, I say, one thing about him, man, he's scary.
Mhm.
I say, his game is scary. You don't know what you're going to get. Because if that Glaze step on the floor,
Yeah.
they got it on his mind that day, your ass is tore to pieces.
Right.
And that's me as a person though.
Yeah.
I'm always, sports wise,
Yeah.
shit man, I'm trying to kill a gnat with a sludge hammer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm trying to break your wheel at every turn, bro. I ain't giving up nothing. You know what I mean? And I tell Donnell that all the time. Stop coming to the gym. Letting these guys that's less than feel as though they gained something on you that
Right.
day. No, you kill a gnat with a sludge hammer. You bust his ass every day. If it's one or two things gonna happen, he gonna stop playing with you, or his game gonna get better.
Right.
One.
Because that's how I always looked at it. Like with open gym, when you go in there and you superior and you take that lightly, like dudes ready to go home and tell they good, they killed you at the gym.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
And that ain't gonna happen with me. Mentality wise,
Oh yeah.
I ain't going for that period.
But like I said, that's a unique quality Like I said, he dissects the game.
Mm.
Like I can tell like how he's approaching whatever game that we in, or if I'm watching him, I know what he's doing already. Because he's trying to break down whatever weakness that team has, he's gonna focus in on that. Everybody can't do that.
True.
Because it goes back to your quality about who you are.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna do what's best for the team, or whatever it takes to make
Like
the team
Brown.
win. Right.
Like Brown.
Everybody said it's not the popular thing to do, but that's a unique quality to have, to be able to, break the game down like that and exploit whatever the weakness is. Because there's been times where I've been on the other side of that weakness, to where he said, let's put y'all in the pick and roll. I know it's coming.
Yeah.
But if I can tell my team that this is what he finna do, and I need you to be here, when he do this, they're not understanding that.
Yeah.
Because they're approaching it from them.
And you can't tell
You
me.
can't.
Yeah.
Because he's seeing 2 or 3 plays.
Ahead.
Exactly. So it gets deep with that. But that's how I look at basketball too.
Okay, let me ask you, what inspires you?
That's interesting. It goes back to I guess my core, my DNA. Seeing other people grow. Like y'all allowing me to be the first person on what y'all doing.
Mm.
Seeing him do his thing. Like my homeboy Leon built the food truck from scratch. I just told him last night, like, and he didn't understand it, like, he told me how much, what drives him, he says his daughter, and I get that, but I told him, it's gonna be other things that's gonna have to happen to make you grind a whole lot harder, because you built the truck, you're gonna run into other problems.
First hurdle.
Right, that's your first hurdle. You're gonna run into other things. I promise you are. Like, just being in business for 3 years, I didn't think it was a big deal.
Mm.
But going through COVID, and I can't get no help from the government, and I'm still able to say I'm in business, and that's a big deal. So what inspires me is other people's growth.
It's dope. It's dope.
Tell us about COLO.
And,
Just name a few things COLO can, help with local youth population.
I guess I can tell y'all how, my thought process on that when I came. Like that, I guess that life altering situation that I told y'all about, I was in that when that was born or created. And it's something I always wanted to do, like when I did play basketball, is to give back to the community. I always, pictured myself being in the NBA, of course, and coming back and taking care of my community. But when that didn't happen, I kind of had to regroup and go at it from a different angle, and I was kind of building myself up as a regular person, and and wanting to do more. So once I got over that, like I said, that pride and that ego of not being a basketball player, that's when I was able to create that. And it's just pretty much about giving back to the community. And I realized, when I wasn't doing it as much, that I can help a homeless person, and I feel good about it, even though the organization is supposedly to help kids. But COLO is about loving people, because it's choose one or lose one. Of course, a child's life is delicate because they didn't get to see a lot of the things that they didn't grow up and they lose their life. But I look at it like a homeless person too, where they may be down bad and they look, but their life means just as much to me.
Yeah.
So, like, what it offers is, guidance, help, just, encouragement on, choices. And like I said, it was created from being an athlete and wanting other athletes to kind of make that transition with me. So when I made it, I wanted to be able to provide a platform or a situation where athletes can transition into being a regular person by helping other people.
The guidance and that guidance, man, go a long way. Especially that encouragement. We talked about reinforcements, and it's needed. You know what I mean? Because they may not get it at home. You know what I mean? If they only getting it in school or through the coach, okay, who's giving it to them any other time?
Mm.
You know, so, and that's the way I look at a lot of things. You know what I mean? Even with kids. It could be your kids. You know what I mean? Positive reinforcement.
Right. And I don't think it's just with kids, because it makes a huge difference. Because I didn't get that all the time growing up. Like when I first, I ain't gonna say when I first got in my relationship, like just somebody telling you to have a good day. Like my wife, for instance. I thought, like, I guess analyzing it from the fact that I didn't get it growing up, it felt weird to me when somebody says you have a good day, because you're not used to it. So it took me a while to get used to somebody telling you, have a nice day, or just checking on you to see how your day going. Like, stuff like that comes from your upbringing. And I see,
selflessness, because you're selfless. So it's
Right.
like you would be the person that would,
Do
you know,
that.
always be the, I'm gonna check on this person. But
Mhm.
you try to make sure everybody's straight, so when somebody actually does that for you, it's like, wait, whoa.
Just take a step back.
Yeah.
Like, he did it for me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when I moved from Montgomery last April, I moved to Atlanta. Uncharted territory. You know what I mean? I'm talking about uncharted territory. You know what I mean? I fell into depression while I was here. I was frustrated.
I didn't know that.
You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. I was depressed. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what am I gonna do? You gonna continue to hit this wall or this hurdle? So what you gonna do? You gonna go over it, under it, or around it?
Yeah.
What you have always done. But you ain't ran into this hurdle right here and you just stuck. Fell into depression. So once I moved, it was probably him and probably one or two other people that talked to me and got me through it. That's why I tell them all the time, bro. Just don't know what you do for people.
Yeah.
By just checking on them.
Yeah.
Like he was just checking on me. He got me through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He got me through it. You was able to show me, Carlos,
You went by yourself.
it's a better day coming, bro.
Yeah.
Keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Keep moving forward, man. And you, Wilbur, Reggie Sprouse, Big Jeff, my homeboy Damon, and my cousin Britt. Y'all the only ones checked on me, man. And like, Rashad, I can't thank you enough, bro. I wouldn't be here like today because you don't know what people go into, because people mind go
Oh, yeah, I understand
all
that.
type of different ways, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you stuck, when you feel as though you ain't got no, like they say, idle mind is a devil workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And bruh, you got me through that time, bro. And I can't say that, man. You know what I
That's
mean? Straight up.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
That's dope.
Like I said, that wasn't even that deep to me
Yeah.
to do that. But like I said, that's what life is about, in my opinion.
Mm.
Because, you know, that text or whatever it is, you know, not your, like, not just your situation, but just in general. Like, you can see something that reminds you of a person, and you can text them, and they may be about to cut their wrist or whatever. Hate to be extreme, but it's the
It's
realistic
real.
version of it. And, you know, just the timing of whatever it is that you did, I look at it as God. And that's how I try to move, is, you know, in regards to that. Because people don't think that I don't be busy, but like, I gotta kill in order to eat.
Mm.
So in order to be able to provide and, you know, do the things that I want to do,
Yeah.
like, I have to do stuff that, you know, I don't want to do sometimes.
Yeah.
So me simply checking on somebody, you know, if it could be like in the middle of the day, like I said, I can see something, hear something to remind me of somebody, and I can just check on them. And, you know, it goes a long way. It has been done for me. So I understand, you know, what it is for other people.
Okay. If you could put a message on a billboard from yourself, what would it be and why?
Mm. That's a tough question.
Yeah.
To not make it about me, I guess, don't take yourself so seriously. But that's a tough question, because there's so many. A lot of it goes with pride, right? And and just being humble. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that one a little deep.
Okay. If you could have a conversation with your 18-year-old self, what would you share with him?
I want to say patience, but I think I'm pretty patient. I guess just understanding and being able to listen. So I guess overall understanding, just taking time to stop to listen to people and understand what they're trying to say. Because like I said, people was telling me there was plenty of hidden gems, but if you don't have time to listen and try to understand what it means, you're gonna miss out on a lot. So a lot of it come kind of full circle. Like with the coach, I was telling him what he was trying to tell me, but I didn't understand it because I wasn't open to it. Because I took it personally when he told me. So that's, that would have to be it for me as far as that. I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, just understand.
Gotcha, man. Because I was having a conversation with Moncrief about some Sunday today. And he's always telling me, man, you can't be a man for you and someone else. He used to always tell me that, like when I was in high school. Never understood it until I hit my situation.
Yeah.
It was so vivid at that point, man. It's just like, like God just,
Yeah.
there you go. Now wake up. Now here it is in your face. You know what I mean? So
that's why, I try to go over and beyond to people, to tell people some of the stuff that I missed out on. Like, I don't try to bombard people with it, but if somebody comes to me and asks me for advice, I'm going to tell you what I think because of what I went through, and allow you to kind of avoid some of those potholes. Because a lot of times, we go through stuff that we don't have to.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's necessary too. But a lot of that stuff can be fatal if it's the right situation. So that's how I approach that.
What is the most important thing that you have learned in your life?
That's another one.
You still live?
Yeah, that I don't take that for granted, especially now. Like quotes and stuff like that, when people make posts about every day above ground is a blessing, like it's real.
Yeah.
Because when you 18, 19, in your 20s, you have them nights where you don't know if you're gonna get up in the morning, but you don't approach it that way. But now when I go to sleep at night, I really feel like it may be the last one, and I try to appreciate the things that's available to me now and don't take it for granted. I forgot what the question was, but I think it was around that.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't take that for granted.
Okay, and with this mindset, how do you think that's kind of shaped your life today? Like how you move with the mindset that you have?
I would like to be better as a person. Like, I don't think I'm a bad person. I think I'm misunderstood more than anything. So I try to be more open about everything and let people see the other side of me, regardless of what they think. So as far as like how I approach it, repeat the last part of it again.
Just basically like what you were saying as far as the lessons that you've learned in life. Like how do you take that and apply it to life now, like in your approach to life?
Don't ignore the signs.
That's deep.
Like, I don't know if I can break it down because I stayed in some situations longer when the writing was on the wall. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
It's that phrase, like the writing is on the wall. Like I said, that pride and the ego of being able to I think, someone was mentioned earlier about just walking away from a situation. There's been times where I didn't do that, and I saw how it turned out, and there was a time where I did do that, and it was two totally different outcomes. One was good, and one was totally bad. So that's a real statement to just walk away. Like, it's hard as hell, but
it's hard when you in it. and
Right.
you don't see it from the outside looking in.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Okay, in your opinion, what will make Montgomery a better place?
I want to say time, but
I got
one
to put
right.
that there.
man, it goes back to, like I said, those core values about the man, of the ego, pride, and just the willingness to work together. Like I think that's the biggest issue. Man, I just realized how much talent it is in Montgomery. Like in Montgomery alone, that we could be one of the most, celebrated cities, I think, to be able to compete in the country if we work together.
True. Thanks. Talked about that yesterday at Zoe House too.
And I feel like that because, like I said, it's all kinds of talent. But we was just talking about something the other day where, like, we were talking about the training and
Yeah.
like we just hone in. Like, what'll happen is somebody can be doing something, and it may be you may have something that you good at, and the time you may have something that you good at. Everybody may have something that they good at, but if you decide to give up on what it is that you're doing because you see that something is going good for him, and you bail out of your situation just to try to do the same thing he's doing, I think that's working backwards.
Yeah.
Living the void.
Versus you coming in and helping him what he got going on and support what he do, but instead we'll dilute the whole situation, and I think to make the pickings thin in regards to the thing, because like we were talking about the other night about like with the hoopers. I remember, I guess down there they took pride in going to different gyms and killing everybody else. Like when you go to Hanger Road, might go to Beverly Rep, might go to wherever else. And then Courtney and Varese and all them guys came along to kind of even the playing field. Like, it was the same situation. It had been that since. Like
Jamal and Rico.
Right.
Yeah.
But Courtney and Chavez and Jamal and all them, they challenged that group.
Yeah.
To when it came to a point where y'all had to acknowledge these guys. Like, they may be 6 or 8 years younger, but they coming with it, and they don't care nothing about y'all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It hasn't been a group like that since, in my opinion.
But that's the mentality, though.
Right, but I'm speaking on the fact that it's so many handlers and trainers and stuff like that the kids don't get to show what they can do.
Yeah.
And that's just, I guess, a small aspect of it. Like when I say working together, just doing different things, because the music, not just to say athletes because we're athletes, but the arts, there's some actors here that we don't know. Like a lot of the people that get more recognition from Montgomery are they're actors and stuff like that. Like those are the ones that get celebrated on a national scale versus an athlete, because we have a lot of athletes, but we don't get to see them. They had to go to Atlanta and all these other places to be seen because everybody is divided.
Yeah.
Don't have that one platform.
Right, we can be known nationally,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
We hold each other back. It's the crab in the bucket mentality.
Yeah.
And people say that, like I said, I ain't gonna say I don't like that phrase, but it's real. I wish I had another, way of explaining it, but because it's simple. Like I said, you can just focus on whatever it is that you're doing and be great at it. But
Don't worry about anybody else.
right, but social media and all that stuff it takes away your grind, because it makes people feel like, man, I can do that.
Yeah.
But they didn't see your struggle.
Instant.
Yeah. We spoke about that
See,
the other night.
yeah. And
Yeah.
like, I call them microwave baby. Just pop them in there, and then they think it's just supposed to just come overnight. And a lot of the young men, only thing they're grinding for is to say, I ain't gonna say grinding, what they work out in t-shirts and the cones and all this for, to say, I'm blessed to receive an offer from
Right.
Duke.
Such and such.
I'm blessed to receive an offer from the University of Alabama. And once they start getting an offer, they start smelling that stuff, then you regress. It's over.
Yeah.
But I'm just speaking in general. Like, I'm not talking to any particular person.
Yeah.
'Cause I know how it could get sometimes.
Yeah, because I know, yep.
Like, I just think that, like I said, this city has a whole lot of different talent, and it's not moving forward because nobody's working with it.
Exactly.
What is the best compliment that you ever received? Best compliment.
I've got some overwhelming ones,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess the ones that meant the most to me is that when kids tell me something, because I know it's pure. Like a lot of times, you know, when I was doing, you know, the schools and stuff heavy, or when I go do stuff, like kids would write me letters, and I can be, I can find an old jacket or something like that, and I find something in the pocket, it could be a letter or something like that, somebody telling me that, you know, how much they appreciate me and they thank me and this and that. Like that's what means the most to me. And I don't throw that stuff away.
That's amazing.
And I end up finding it, like I said, it may be in one of those dark times where I mean, maybe feeling like I ain't doing nothing, things are slow, and I can see one of them and it kind of rejuvenates me.
Yeah.
So how would your parents describe your food?
My parents are old school, so they probably just say, he make them t-shirts. Because, you know, I guess we're in a new age where people say entrepreneur, but I don't overhype that either. Because that's a word that I learned before it got popular. I think the first person I ever heard say that was Diddy. And it just seemed cool because he said it. But after about, you know, probably like 5 years ago, it just became something that people just say just to be cool versus the actual work that goes into it. So my parents probably would just say, he make t-shirts. So
Simple and plain.
right.
Would you say your parents are proud of the man you are today?
Hell yeah.
Say what?
Hell yeah. I know my mom is, and my dad is too. Like I said, I didn't grow up with him in the house, and over the, you know, our relationship, I'm gonna say it has been rocky because of, you know, pain distributed the wrong way because of what he went through and stuff like that, to where our relationship is just kind of shaping up to where it's, you know, we're able to say I love you at the end of a conversation, and it's almost not comfortable. It's almost not uncomfortable. To where it's almost like he's saying it and running away from the phone. And we haven't always been able to do that. And that's because he felt guilty. But just finding out about, you know, how he grew up and stuff like that, it makes sense to where I'm able to forgive and be okay with it.
If you could have a dinner or a conversation with anyone, alive or dead, your choice, who would it be and why?
That's a tough question.
Alive or dead?
Man, that's tough. I guess the natural thing would be, it would be cool to say it's a celebrity or a person or something like that. I would say my ancestors, people like Harriet Tubman. Like, I'm not a big history buff, but I know those people went through a lot as far as like what they had to do to get us to where we are.
Yeah.
So somebody like her, to pick their brain as far as like their thought process, but a lot of it was done out of, shit, we have to. Or it's, you know, it may not turn out the way that, you know, we may not live.
Sink or swim right here.
Right, so, you know, like I said, the popular answer would be, you know, celebrities like, you know, Jay-Z and Diddy, just on the business tip, but, you know, the life and just the survival part of it, we like ancestors.
Who paved the way? Yeah.
They're strong.
Okay, so I guess in having conversations like that, or if you were able to go back to your ancestors and have a conversation, what would be like the main thing that you would want to gain from those conversations that you can apply to your life?
It goes back to that understanding of why certain things are the way that they are and why we gotta do what we gotta do in order to survive. I said, like, I'm not that deep as far as like type of answers, but, you know, just understanding for me. Because I think that's the starting point to where you're able to control everything if you understand. Like your expectations, like I control them because there ain't nothing that you can do to make me react or whatever the case may be. So just understanding that, you know, you are human, you got feelings, And I do too, so that's why, you know, a simple conversation can kill anything.
There's a lot you can do with it.
That-
It's a lot you can do with understanding. Get you. How would you apply what you shared in the conversation to improve your life and the lives around you?
Just tell somebody. A lot of people hold knowledge.
Mm.
They'll let you crash before they help you.
Hmm.
And like, I try to tell everybody, you know, what I've learned and some of the speed bumps that I've hit. Because I'm still learning. I said, I'm not perfect because there's a lot that I don't know. So I tell people like, you know, it's a group now with Chicken and, you know, Raquez and all those guys. Like, they're having a conversation that I've never had. And I told them it's a unique quality to have, you know, guys on the same page and they're having conversations about